Welcome to PSLE Maths, where you find solutions to PSLE math problems. Please subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon for notification. Thank you.
Hello kids, let's look at a before after problem from one of our subscribers. In January, 5/8 of the books George had were fiction and the rest were non-fiction. In February, he decided to give some of his fiction books away. The remaining number of fiction books he has became 1/3 of the total number of books he has left. In March, he bought 30 more fiction books and had 16 more books than he had in January. How many books did George have in January? How many more fiction than non fiction books did George have in March? So let's jot down fiction and non fiction. In January, 5/8 of the books George had were fiction. That means out of a total 8 boxes, 5 were fiction. That means the remaining 3 were non fiction books. Then he decided to give away some of the fiction books in February, and then he had 1/3 of the total number of books were fiction book, which means 1/3 of the books were fiction books. That means the remaining 2 units were non-fiction books. See, we notice there is no change in the number of non-fiction books from January to February. So they should remain the same. The 3 parts in January and 2 parts in February are basically equal. So we have to find the common multiple of 2 and 3, which is 6 units. So let's take that as 6 units. So if in January 3 parts is 6 units, 5 parts would be 10 units. Similarly, in February, if 2 parts is 6 units, 1 part is 3 units. Now we got the number of fiction books in January as 10 units and in February as 3 units. That means the number of books he gave away is basically 7 units. So those 7 units let's mark in the model. He gave away 7 units. So after that, he buys another 30 books in March, and then the total number of books became 16 more than the fiction books he had in January. So after buying 30 books, the number of fiction books he had in January was 10 units. So in March, it becomes 10 units plus 16. And the non-fiction book remains the same as 6 units. So now let's look at the model. 7 units plus 16 is same as 30. So we get the value of 7 units is equal to 14. So this is from the model. So if the kid does not want to draw the model and just go by the algebra, also we can see from the March, which is 10 units plus 16 is equal to the 3 units of fiction book in February plus 30. There again, we get 7 units is equal to 14. So we get the value of 1 unit is equal to 2. So the first part of the question is how many books did George have in January? In January, he had a total of 10 units plus 6 units, which is 16 units. So 16 times 2, which is 32 books. That's total number of books he had. Second part of the question is how many more fiction than non-fiction books did George have in March? So in March, his fiction books were 10 units plus 16 and non-fiction book is 6 units. So when we subtract 10 units plus 16 minus 6 units, it is 4 units plus 16. 4 units is nothing but 8 plus 16, which is a total of 24 books. That's the answer for part B of the question.
Hope you like this video. Please subscribe to this channel for more problem sums. If you have a specific question that you would like to see a video on, please post it in the comment section. Thank you.